Alrighty, guys, welcome back to the channel. Official plays today. You know the drill. The NFL official plays video will also be out shortly, maybe tomorrow. So definitely make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you get notified when the NFL picks come out. Combined on college football and NFL, we are sitting at 29 and 18, up 16 units. So not too bad. I think that's good for about 66%. With this weekend, we're going to try to get our overall record above 70%, almost an unheard of number in the gambling world, right? A lot of people just try to shoot for like 55. Not on this channel. Not on this channel. So drop a like on the video. Let's get started. Half unit picks or pick. I only got one of them. I'm going to take a shot here against this Maryland team that I just don't think is tested yet. I'm going to take the 14.5 points with Indiana. Maybe the biggest... Ooh, I just stepped on something sharp in my carpet. Damn, I'll have to check my foot later and see if I'm bleeding. Got to get these picks out, more important. Yeah, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. 14 and the hook. I know the game's at Maryland. I know they've been good, but they've been kind of suspect in the first, like, 3 quarters of a lot of games. Charlotte game... a couple other I'm having a mind blank on. I'm going to trust Indiana to keep this within the number here. It's only a half unit play, okay? Don't feel forced to take this one. Don't feel forced to take any of my picks. This is only my opinion at the end of the day. I'm taking 14.5 with Indiana. It's a Big Ten matchup. I just can't buy into Maryland. I can't do it. And the spreads for Maryland, they continue to be 2 full touchdowns. I mean, this isn't Penn State. This is Maryland. I don't care if it's a home game. Indiana plus 14.5. That's pick number 1. Only a half unit play. Now, here's the bulk of the picks. 1 unit apiece. We're going to start with Oregon State -3 at home. Now, there's a chance this play will be unofficial, and that's if Cam Rising plays. As of now, there's like rumors he might play, but based on their bye week and how their schedule is, I find it very hard to believe. I think they keep him out. They get that extra time off with the bye week, and then Cam Rising makes his return. So the chance of him playing, very slim. If he does play, though, this will not count. This is an official play only based off Cam Rising not suiting up for this game. So double check your injury reports. You can wait on this bet if you'd like. Get it as close to game time as you can. And as soon as you find out that Cam Rising is not playing, then I like Oregon State at home -3. Also, make sure you guys are using multiple applications. Shop around and get the best lines. Number 2, 1 unit. Cincinnati, money line at BYU. If you guys remember earlier this week when I do the college football lines first look and kind of our weekend recap video, I was all over Cincinnati +3. I remember I circled it. It stuck out to me when we were looking over the slate for the first time, and it's gone from +3 all the way to -2.5 at some books. On FanDuel, I believe the money line is at -125. I think I saw -126. I can't remember what I saw, but a short money line, and I'm gonna take it. I'm not gonna mess with the points here. I do think Cincinnati has a good chance to pull this game off. Did I like the +3 better? The look ahead line, well, not the look ahead line, but when it first came out, the opening line, yeah, of course. I wanted the field goal in my back pocket and maybe consider teasing this, but I'm gonna take Cincinnati on the money line. I was on Kansas against BYU. BYU did have the nice win over Arkansas, but Arkansas statistics were better in that game. I'm going Cincinnati here. Cincinnati's coming off the loss to Oklahoma. This is a drop down in talent. I know it's a road game. I'm taking Cincinnati for a unit. Another pick, I'm going with Notre Dame. You know, this one was back and forth. And I'm not talking back and forth between like, Notre Dame or Duke, Notre Dame or Duke. If you're going back and forth between what side you want, that's a game you should not be betting on. This was a back and forth between, do I take Notre Dame or do I just avoid the game in general? And I've seen an overwhelming majority of people liking Duke and the points. One thing that you need to realize in this industry, that big public underdogs are not smart. And it is an emotional letdown. The end of the Notre Dame game was soul crushing for the whole Notre Dame football community. I don't care. I think their coach is gonna rally the spirits. They got a good enough quarterback, and athletically, they're far above Duke, in my opinion. I can't. Everyone's giving Duke a lot of their credit because of the Clemson game, and I think the Clemson loss was that. I think it was a Clemson loss, not a Duke win. If Clemson played a clean, smooth, well-executed game, they would have beat Duke like handily, like by like 10 to 14 points. So I know it's at home. I think it's college game day. I don't care. The whole world's going to be like, Duke at home, Notre Dame off the loss, and I get 5.5 points. I'm taking the points with Duke. I think that's where the whole world is at. Notre Dame, it was almost a 2-unit play. I almost upped this to 2 full units, but just 1 unit. Notre Dame minus the 5.5. Kentucky money line, and I know some of you guys are going to blast me in the comments and say Florida this, Florida that, and that's fine. I'm always open to criticism here on the channel. You got to be able to have thick skin in this industry, and that is totally okay. Let me know, you that like Florida in this matchup, let me know why in the comments, and I'd be happy to talk about that with you guys down below, or any of these games for that matter. I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be dropping Duke and Florida comments down below, and that's great. I suggest you do that. Look, it's the same scenario. I was on Kentucky last week. We had them over Vandy. Kentucky's at home here, and I know they haven't been tested yet, but when you see a ranked team as like a very, very slight underdog on the road against a non-ranked team, don't you think the average public bettor is just going to be like, number 22 Florida against Kentucky, and they're like, I can take them on at plus money, or I can take them with a couple of points in my back pocket? Like, no brainer. Like, Florida, their only loss was Utah. Florida's like way better defensively, and they have better athletes. And is Kentucky football even that good? I think they're okay. I like their quarterback enough. It's a home game. Florida, I think was it last week or the week prior? I was on Florida. I'm not a Gator hater, I guess you could say. I was on them before. Who'd we have Florida over? It was an upset pick. I gave you guys Florida money line against Tennessee. That was one of my picks. I was on Florida before. I'm on Kentucky here for the same reason as the Notre Dame Duke game. Based on the line, based on the public, based on opinions, based on what I've seen, I'm taking Kentucky on the money line in this one. Another pick. We got Oklahoma. Now, the only thing that concerns me is they've been rolling so well, and they just seem like an unstoppable force. Are they just now starting to get to like the overvalued position? I hope not. I mean, Iowa State, God, they had a couple good years there under Matt, but they're kind of falling back into like, oh, well, our team has Iowa State this weekend. At least we'll get a win, another win in the win column, right? So 19.5, it's a big number. I mean, I usually stay away from stuff like this, but in this spot, I think Oklahoma's a top 7, top 8 team in the country, and this might be one of the last couple of weeks where we actually can still bet on Oklahoma before they're valued as such. I know it's probably catching up to them with the wins they've had. I'm gonna take a shot here. I'm gonna lay 19.5 with Oklahoma for 1 unit. And then we have 1 2-unit play to finish this thing off. I went against the Mountaineers last week. What happened? We lost. Took Texas Tech. Now, I get it. The quarterback broke his leg, and that changed the whole game. And they still almost threw away the game at the end. Look, I'm on TCU here. I'm on TCU. I was on TCU in the look-ahead video on what was it, Sunday night. You know, when I came on here and we took our first look at the slate, the spread was like 10. It's up to 12.5. I think it's going to continue to rise. I bet by Saturday, this thing's damn near 13.5. Might even touch. That's probably a little extreme. It won't get to 2 full touchdowns, but this thing will tick up probably another half point to a point here. You don't want to go past that number of 13. That 13, 14. That's a pretty important range to be at. It would have been nice at 10. It would have been lovely at 10, but that's how this thing works. The lines move, and I love it here. 12.5, good by me. 2 units. This is the 2-unit play. So most of these are 1, and we got a half, and we got a 2-unit play. 2 units. TCU minus 12.5. Mountaineer offense cannot be trusted. Their defense, I don't know how they've been keeping these teams down. I mean, I guess it's because you played Pitt, who has one of the worst quarterbacks in the country, and then you play Texas Tech, who loses their quarterback mid-game. Home games, both of them, the extra crowd, just being in Morgantown, where I spent 4.5 years of my life, that adds a lot of energy to that team, and I think that's responsible for them playing so good on defense. Their defense is not good. Their secondary, I've seen get absolutely torched. I think that happens here. They cannot keep up with the scoring. Yeah, TCU minus 12.5. I'm not going to say anything more. Those are the official plays for college football this week. Hope you guys enjoy the content. Thanks for 1,000 subscribers. And I've been talking with Sean Higgs and Jesse Shule. You guys can catch them over on the Winner Circle channel, and they have their own individual channels as well. So you guys can check out those if you're interested. Some people on certain platforms have like a tremendous following, and they're just kind of goofy and just they're just kind of nerdy and goofy, and it's just like, you know what? Some people just have it. They just have they can just taste, they can just sniff out certain games and just have a gut feeling about sports in general. Some people just have it, or some people just don't. And I see a lot of people that just don't have it. Some of these guys over on that Winner Circle channel, they have it. They're pretty good over there. I recommend checking out their content. And even if you don't want to go with their picks, even if you disagree on some stuff, they at least provide pretty good information on just about every video. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'll see you in the next video.